I need a second to just
collect myself. Goodness,
and not
it's
just on
hard
other
out here.
people.
It's hard being a single mother. Okay, of,
Being a
of a
single
dog,
dog mom is a lot.
trying to provide for and put food on the table for my baby.
For my baby and me, because I gotta eat too.
I gotta eat too, and now I gotta worry about you. I gotta get you your little kibble. I gotta buy you treats. Don't get me started on the vet.
I already told Sojourner we went to the vet. She go for her little checkups, but we went for she act like something was wrong with her paw. Girl,
Mm-mm.
I bought some dog aspirin and we're not doing it. We're not going back again. You need to be
No,
extremely sick.
right? Unless you are dying, if you just throwing up, we're staying home. We are staying home because $300 just for them to see you and then give you some medicine is crazy.
And 300 is being nice.
That's being nice. I have to get him shots at the end of December, like his yearly shots, and it's gonna be about like $230.
It definitely is. Yeah, I have to do
But that's
it
once a year. It's once
in
a year.
March,
So
right? So it's like, okay, I know that this is coming. I won't
right.
die.
So I was like, okay, well, that'll be fine, but don't be getting sick. Do not be getting sick on me.
You cannot get sick.
Because
So I'm
I
like,
can't afford
okay,
it.
I'm gonna give you blueberries and shit to keep your immune system
Right.
high.
Right. Don't be coughing too much because I can't help you. There is nothing I can do.
I'm gonna have to give you some of this ginger ale.
Right. Because after that, like one of my brother's dog, he had cancer like on his ear. He's a Frenchton, and he had a tumor. And his treatments, like his chemo, were gonna be so expensive. But they said we're only willing to do like a couple $1,000s. After that, he he might have to go. He might be pushing daisies because but that's hard to think about as a pet parent. Like, how much money are you willing to invest, like, into
It
your dog?
is.
Because in the moment when like they're really sick, you'll do anything.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, my baby. But then it's like,
Can't go broke for my baby. So, love you, but
but
no,
all
ma'am.
dogs go to heaven too.
They go to heaven, so he will be with the Lord. Ori will be with the Lord. Wait, let me see. Let me show a picture of my.
Please.
Where is my son?
What's his name?
Ori, like an Oreo.
Hi, Ori.
Where is he? That's not a good one.
That's how I'd be. I'd be like, all these pictures and none of them are presentable. Oh, because he looks like a little Oreo.
Yes,
Hi.
that is my little chunky boy.
He's so cute.
I love this little boy so
How
much.
old is he?
He's 4,
Yeah.
4.5.
I was like,
He'll
I
be
feel like
5.
4 or 5. I remember when you posted them.
That's
Oh,
this is a really good one. I'm like, how am I supposed to get work done when you look at me like that?
look at that little face.
He knows what he be doing. Like, I'll be working and then he hits me with this. I'm like,
Come
now
on.
I'm like, now my heart is just melted.
Yeah, my heart would be too because too cute.
Oh, and then I have a brother, my parents' dog, same type of dog, but it's
So
a
your parents
video.
got 2 dogs right now?
That's
Oh, so cute.
his name is Bentley. He's
Hi,
2.
Bentley.
They
He looks
technically
like he's fussing like Sojourner. She thinks she's a huge dog and she's bossy as hell.
so is he. He's kind of no, Ori. I'm sorry, Ori's bossy. When it comes to like Ori and Bentley together, Ori is very bossy. Like this is he runs a tight ship. Like it is strict. Like so my aunt is in town right now. So she's the one that's gonna watch all the dogs while me and my parents go to Seattle.
That's why I was like, wait, I'm like, aren't your parents gonna go too? Okay.
Yeah, so my aunt is watching the dogs and my grandma. And so she has another Havanese. That's the type of dog. And so it's gonna be 3 of them. And anytime they play together, my dog, he's the oldest, so he's like the alpha, but he's running a tight ship. He's like, y'all can't play. Y'all can't play without me. If anybody sounds like
toys, I'm playing with this.
Right. These are my toys. If y'all start playing without me, he'll start barking. Like he'll start regulating. We call him the supervisor.
I love that. She said, absolutely not. Not on my watch.
No, not no joy on my watch. Y'all having too much fun, too much barking on my watch.
OMG. Okay, that literally has me screaming. So I'm gonna do a little intro, but I also wanted to read just this part on your Substack. I really love the little intro on your welcome
Ooh.
post. It is awesome, and that's how I want to introduce you, if that's okay with you.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. All right, y'all. Welcome to A Lot to Say, the podcast. I am super excited. I have a special. Let me do it this way. Let me do it that way. Okay. I have
Okay.
a special guest, my friend Kyah. I am going to be talking to her about quite a few things. We're going to dig into fashion, we're going to dig into fashion history, and we're going to talk
Mhm.
about how fashion is also a political tool and how we
Mhm.
can practice mindfulness and express ourselves through fashion. So I'm super
Mhm.
excited to be diving into this with you, Kyah. I'm going to read y'all a little bit of her intro from her Substack, which I am
Oh
going to
my
be plugging.
goodness.
I know. Don't
I'm like,
cringe.
girl, what did I say?
It's good. It's so good. So I'm like, can't wait. Okay, y'all. So here she says that she loves all things art and fashion and self development. And this space here on her Substack, The Invisible Black Girl, which I'm going to be linking several times through this episode, is a space to discuss fashion and other things that make her who she is without feeling limited. And y'all know that that's what we are
Mhm.
all about here. And as a creative, she says that she tends to box herself, me too, child, in a box and only
Mhm.
think that she can be one thing. But the truth is, there are so many, faces and facets of us. And so I'm super excited to invite Kyah tonight to just dive into a few of those things and I don't know, love on ourselves radically together about
Yes.
being, different. So I'm excited.
Me too. I'm so excited to be here with you. I haven't seen you in so
I
long.
know. I'm like, girl, we have to get drinks.
We do. Oh yeah, you're back in it. We'll discuss.
Crazy. Okay, so we're gonna start with mindful moments and
Mhm.
just in general, what are some things that you do to take care of yourself on a daily basis? Are you a routine girl?
Hmm.
What does mindfulness look like for you?
I feel like mindfulness is something I've been incorporating a lot this year because I'm the definition of like a workaholic. Like I will work myself to the bone until I'm like disintegrating, pretty much. And I just got to a point to where it was like I'm not happy just working all the time. I need to do things for me. I need to like pour back into myself. So it was really important for me to like incorporate daily habits. So one like non-negotiable I gave myself was like to have just like alone time, like my morning meditation time, whether that's like reading my Bible or just doing like a true meditation and just laying and like completely clearing my thoughts and relaxing my body. Um and another thing was doing something every day that brings me joy. So like I started reading like a lot more, like literally I joined a book club. It's called Moya's Book Club. It's here in Atlanta. I'll send you the details if you want to um tag it
Absolutely need
in.
the details.
And it's all black women, so it's like just an amazing community of girls. But reading has brought me so much joy because it allowed me to like think about something other than myself. I was like, I feel like I'm focused on myself and just what I have to do. I want to like dive into a completely different world and just like explore, and that has brought me so much joy and peace. And just like it's honestly like sparked so much creativity in me just hearing how certain authors, I read a lot of black authors because period.
I'm like, yeah,
And just,
I'm gonna ask for the details on those reads. Gotta have them. Gotta have them.
I will
But
give you my good reads, but just seeing how they talk about these worlds and just use their creativity and like blend all these things together, it really inspired me. I'm like, wow, like just seeing them do that, it was just, it kind of just opened myself into a new way of thinking creatively. And it gave me that alone time I needed with myself, and also doing a daily mental health walk. I know people always say this, but like I don't know what it is. Going on my daily walks, it like changed my life. Like anytime I went on a walk, I was just like like the sun is shining, like the birds are chirping, like I felt
Right?
so good.
I love that. Like you literally get to look around and be super present in what's going on
Hmm.
around you. It's the
And
best.
I put on my headphones, so I'll be playing music. I feel like I'll put myself into like a movie or like a scenario, and I will truly just be like in my own. Oh my goodness! What's her name?
Sojourner Truth.
Sojourner Truth. Hi, you're so cute.
All
I
that
love
fussing she was doing.
you. Right, all that fussing. She is so cute. I love her.
I'm like, thanks. But yes, the mindful walks, that's something I started for about 2 months or so, and then I've fallen off a little bit. But you are so right. I don't know what it is
Hmm.
about the walks, like listening to the birds chirp and like feeling
Yeah.
the wind or the sun on your skin. And just like you were saying about the Black authors' works and how like just reading their words and how they put
Hmm.
words and phrases and thoughts together. I think something about those mindful walks also helped me to be able to think about how would I describe how this sun is feeling, on my skin this morning.
Yes.
How would I describe um I'm like, I don't know, the wind. How would I describe my
Literally.
feet hitting the pavement? Like those are I'm with you on that. The mindful walks are definitely
Yes.
transformative.
Yeah, and like even with like how you said how they describe things, it'll be like the rain fell on my window pane, like tears, li- like the
And I'd be
tears
like,
that
I
go in
can
my
see
soul, and I'm
that.
like, that makes so much sense, and I'm just taken aback. But yeah, like making sure I have those mindful moments like every day has just transformed my life. Also, setting boundaries with myself. I said I'm not working past X time, or I'm not working past 3 p.m. or 5 p.m.
I'm like,
on a
speaking of
weekday.
which, thank you for this. I had to take a nap
Yeah,
for this, and I'm sure that you did too.
not today. I was a little busy today, so I was like, but after this, I'm going to bed. Like immediately
As you
jumping into
should.
bed.
As you
But
should.
that's another thing, like prioritizing rest. So that means like shutting my phone off at like 8 o'clock, not taking calls past 8 o'clock, not looking at emails or text messages past 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
And so that way, when I'm working, I can work for less amount of time, but still get more done within that time.
Because
So
you
that
can
way, I'm not
focus and you have enough energy and
exactly.
literally the capacity to do it.
So I had to really like set boundaries with myself, and even setting boundaries is a form of like self-care, self-love, and mindfulness, honestly, because it's like this is what I can do and this is what I can't do. Also saying no, learning to say I can't do everything, I can't be everywhere, so I'm not going to be able to make it today, y'all. I am so sorry, which I hated to do because I realized I have some people pleasing tendencies, but I was like, it's okay to say no.
I know. It feels like, oh my God, what are they going to think? Blah, blah, blah. But it's like, girl, at the end of the day, if you cannot do it, I need you to know that about yourself and go ahead and let
Right,
people know I cannot do this.
right, right. Just tell me now. I was like, I'm not going to be upset if you are unavailable. It is okay. Or something comes up, it is okay. But
Yes.
yeah, but doing all that, I've just over the past like 4 or 5 months is it's really just transformed, like honestly, my life. I felt like the least anxious I've ever felt like in my life. And yeah, shout out to therapy as well. Therapy, mindfulness, and God. So those all together,
That's it right there. I'm telling you, right here next
that's
to me
the
is a bookshelf full of this is my little meditation moment corner for the morning.
mm-hmm.
So I'm with you.
Yeah. But what about you?
Girl, for me, it's the quiet time, it's getting up in the
Mm-hmm.
mornings and like coffee and my devotionals. Like those two go together real bad. I have to have
Yeah.
both. So I like to be able to read my devotional. And so I might have a few different ones, whether it's like some on the Bible app, which
Mm-hmm.
love to share. Y'all definitely should follow me on the Bible app. Um, or in different little devotionals I'm reading, where they're like a physical book. I love a physical
Mm-hmm.
book because I like to be able to highlight something about
Right.
a physical book does it for me in my mind. So
Yeah.
love that in the morning and then a little stretching. I absolutely believe that like moving our bodies and stretching them daily, and if possible, several times a day can like it makes
Mhm.
us sleep better. It makes our food digest better.
Mhm.
It helps us not to have like sore joints. And I mean, we're still hot and young, so of course that's
Right,
not an
but
issue.
I
But
don't know. I be waking up kind of creaky. Like I'll move or like I'll bend down, something pops. I'm like, ooh,
like,
I'm
what was that?
26, going on 62. It's giving osteoporosis.
See what I'm saying? A little morning stretch, 5 minutes, just to get that body warmed up. You will see less of
Yeah,
that. But when I'm
I
not
don't.
stretching, same. So the stretching is key. Once I get that coffee, the devotional, and then a little stretching, I'm like, okay, I can do this today. Like, let's
Yeah.
start this day the
About how
not a
long
moment
like does
before.
it take? Because like sometimes in the morning I'm like, "Ugh, I don't want to do this. Like I know there's bed stretches you can do, like literally while you're in the bed. So maybe that's what I need because that's a lot getting me to like get out of bed
It
and then
is. It's a lot.
stretch.
It's a lot. It's a lot, but it doesn't have to be like a super formal stretch. Even if it's just like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I'm gonna move my neck a little bit and get the little simple PE stretches we used
Mm-hmm.
to do. Like I've been
Okay.
realizing those simple stretches, they
They
really had something going there and I didn't know it.
right. They had a little something. It had a little sweetness to it, like the Kiki Palmer me. This one got a little sweetness to
A
it. But
little,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. But I'm definitely
That's
gonna
how I
try
like to
that.
do. Yeah, that's how I like to do my mornings. I also have been trying to incorporate like making my bed because I'll just get up out that bed
Mm-hmm.
and move forward with trying to do things. But making the bed has been good to just be like, okay, I'm setting the tone for my day. I really am a routine and habit girl, so I feel like you hear me and
Yeah.
feel me on that.
Yes. I make my bed every day. Like there is not a day. If I don't, it's usually like because I'm sick or I'm like I plan on getting back in. Or it's like I was just got a little busy today. But 97% of the time I make my bed and it's made my sleep quality so much better. Like
Yeah,
cuz
it's
it's
something
like I
about
see
pulling
it
those sheets back that immediately makes me feel like I'm at a hotel.
immediately and then I get in the bed I'm like, "Oh, then the sheets are cold." I'm like, "Yep, this is
Nice and crisp. Hey,
this
the
is
bed
I
is
can tell the
magical.
difference. I can tell the difference between when I make the bed and go to sleep and then when I don't. I just feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's like, okay, this is yesterday's rest, and I'm not.
Right. I need a refreshed bed. You got the little the sheet cover is all the way down at the foot hanging off.
Girl.
Like
And the way I sleep is gonna be like that, which is why I'm like, you're gonna make this bed up because, girl,
mhm.
obviously that was a wild night every night when you're
Yeah,
sleeping. So
exactly.
start fresh.
And honestly, investing in good bedwear. Because if you know, like, you want to improve your sleep, get good pillows, get a good comforter, get a mattress pad to, like, so that way it's cool. Like, invest in yourself and your health because in the long run, your body and your mind will thank you for it, for sure.
That was a word.
I ate with that.
You did. I'm like, silence, okay? Nothing needs to be said.
Everybody on mute. No Beyonce. Period. Oh, not you literally.
Okay,
Not you
sorry.
literally muted. Not
Yeah, I
me
had to play
playing.
too much. Had to play too much. Okay, so I have a little game that we're gonna play before
Oh,
we
a
go to
game.
our next segment. And girl, I'm like, it's a little something, something, but you just which one
I
you
like a
want.
game.
So this one is, for example, short hair or long hair, curly or straight, that kind of game. So I have
Okay.
a couple of options. So first, wide legs or straight legs?
It
Depends.
depends on what you're wearing and your body type and your proportions. But if we're talking about my preference, I love a wide leg. I have long legs. And I also just I live for drama. I just love the drama of a wide leg, especially with a boot. So, especially if it's like the jeans or like the pants are like mid rise or low rise, I think that you can make that really cute with like one of those like bubble coats, like with the puffy sleeves. Loewe has one, so like something like that, just to make you look just like I don't know, like round. For me, I love that. So definitely wide leg.
That's a look. I love a wide leg too, girl. I'm with you. It's the drama for me. Anything
It's the
that's
drama.
like
Anything
that,
dramatic, I love.
like that is so extra. Thank you.
Right? Yes, I was like, give me the extraness.
Okay, this one is hard. I don't know. Sequin or fur?
Fur.
Fur.
I'm not like a sequin
I'm
girl
not a sequin girl.
because I don't know. For me, it can be like a. It's not my type of what is the word? Uh, like over the topness. It's not. That's not my type of vibe. I feel like fur is like equally as dramatic, but it's a lot more like sophisticated.
Yes.
Like sometimes the sequins for me can give
They can give
like
cheap.
it can give cheap. I mean, if they're really small, like the Swarovski crystals, they can be really elegant. But I think that depends really on what the occasion is. But I feel like you can't just if I want to go to a bar, I don't think I can wear like like a blinged out top. I mean, I could, but I feel like a fur makes a much bigger statement to me. So I would definitely go with the fur. I got my fur in the closet, my
Okay.
fink.
I'm like, I can't wait to
Cause
see you pull the fur out.
it's
Is it?
time because
I'm like, is
Atlanta,
it cold enough in Seattle for the fur? Because I don't think it's cold enough here.
it was in Atlanta earlier this week. It was about
It has been
four.
cold. I'm not gonna hold you.
It was a
It has
solid
been
40
pretty cold
degrees.
for the past 2 weeks. I'm like, oh, it's cold.
Atlanta want to be New York so bad, but yeah,
So bad.
definitely Seattle's probably like the lows are maybe like 35. So yeah.
Pretty cold. So yeah.
Um,
Okay. So fur or leather?
Ugh, that's hard. It depends on what I'm wearing. Mm,
I know. I would say both. I wouldn't even try.
I'm gonna say both because I love some fur, but a leather jacket, like especially like a long leather trench,
Girl.
please.
Yes,
I'm
I wore
still
mine out last season. I got to get a new one for this season because it does it for me. Like it goes with everything.
everything. Go to the thrift store. I got mine for like $25. So
Okay, you're gonna have to send me some good thrift stores to go to.
yeah, I definitely
Hmm.
am because you don't have to pay. I mean, you can pay like $100 isn't bad for like
Yeah,
a good leather coat, but
absolutely not.
you can find a used one on Facebook Market at the thrift store for maybe like 20, 30, $40 and 9 times out of 10 you have to read the care labels, but it'll say like the shell, which is like the outside, is 100% leather, then the lining would be like polyester or whatever. So as long as it says 100% leather, that is a leather jacket.
Okay,
And make
that
sure you condition your leather jackets.
tips right there.
Mm-hmm. Write
Okay,
that down.
this one oversized or fitted?
Oversized. Well, let me pause. Oh, oversized. However, the oversizedness has to it needs to be fitted in somewhere. Like you can wear like it can be oversized, but like this is when proportions and tailoring comes into play. Like it can be oversized, but then you can get it tailored to your body so that way it's still fitted, but then it still has that baggy look.
Exactly.
So like I love like button up shirts, just like the regular white button up shirts.
Same.
And I like to get them big, but I still want them to be like fitted, which really means just I want them cut in a specific way. So that way, even though it is big, it still looks like it's cut to my body and it still gives me like a slim shape. So I would say both again.
Look, I'm like, I love that. Okay. Patterns or prints. Then I was like, is a pattern different from a print? But then I just said, I'm gonna throw it out there and see.
Yeah, prints are more so like, like your leopard animal, zebra prints. And then the patterns are like,
Stripes.
like stripes, plaid, like that type of thing. I would say I would definitely say more like patterns. I love to do stripes. Also, another tip if you're going to do like an all stripe outfit, make sure you're doing what is it? Make sure you're doing vertical stripes instead of horizontal stripes if
Mhm.
you're wanting to have a more slim look because the horizontal stripes can make you look wide. So if you want to like appear more slim, you need to go with the vertical stripes. And they don't all have to go the same direction. But just another tip for the girls and the boys.
I'm loving it. I'm very much so here for it. Okay. Before we scoot over, one more thing for mindfulness that I noted down is how do you practice mindfulness through your style? I know you just talked a little bit about looking at the care labels so that we can know what type of clothing we're buying and how long it'll last and how to care for it. So talk to us a little bit about that.
I think practicing mindfulness through style for me is like taking care of the pieces that I own. I think this year I've really put an effort into buying pieces that I absolutely love, especially as I'm building my own archive. Because I want to eventually like have my own like personal archive of just like different designer archival pieces. So I'm slowly building that. But a lot of these pieces are old, so you have to preserve them and make sure they last. So learning how to care for leather garments or, like actual furs and so on and so forth, and make sure you're caring for materials. So I spent a lot of time like reading my like shirt labels, like, okay, is this a cotton shirt? Is this a cotton blend? If so, then I can't wash my cotton shirts with everything else, or otherwise they'll shrink. So I need to either hand wash it, put it on delicate, and let it air dry. And just really putting an effort into the things that I own, because I don't want to keep rebuying the same clothes like over and over again. Like that's too much money, especially with the amount I spend on clothes. If I'm spending $300 on a shirt, I'm not trying to rebuy this shirt for the rest of my life.
Period.
So,
I'm just not trying
so
to do it.
I'm not trying to do that. So, being able to take care of it and extend its wear is important to me. So I feel like that's how I practice mindfulness, is by taking care of the things that I own. And that's how you practice sustainability too. Like, see what you own. How can I care for the things I already have? How can I reuse the things I already have so I'm not running out every event to try and find something to wear? I be doing that sometimes, but I mean, sometimes what I have just is it's not
Yeah,
hitting.
sometimes it just isn't it. But also, I also practice sustainability where I can.
Exactly. So I try to do my best. But yes, definitely taking care of the pieces I already own, um, and increasing their longevity is how I practice mindfulness for sure.
Yes, I absolutely love that. This little mesh piece that I have on today,
Hmm.
I've had it for at least over 5 years, and child,
Really?
it's basically brand new. I've only worn it once or twice, but like it looks great. I'm like,
It does look
okay.
great.
I'm like, the people are gonna have to see this season, this winter. I'm bringing this out. This is cute.
I have another very important point. Outfit. I am an outfit repeater. Like I am an offender, honestly. I will wear an outfit so many times. And I feel like that's important, going back to sustainability, going back to mindfulness. Don't nobody got no money to, be wearing outfits. The whole notion of, oh, I already posted it on Instagram. I can't wear it again and post. I will gladly do it, because
Because
for
it was
one,
super cute the first time.
it was cute the first time, so it's gonna be cute again. Plus, I paid for this. This is my money. So I can wear, if I want to wear the same t-shirt, jeans, jacket, and shoes in a row, I will. But also, it really helps with like decision fatigue. Like, I don't
Yes.
know, during my day, I have too many decisions to make. So a lot of times I don't want to think about what I have to wear. So that's when having a uniform is so important. Even me as like a stylist, people expect me to, oh, you're fashionable all the time. No, 9 times out of 10, I have on like today I have on this turtleneck and jeans. I'm typically wearing a variation of this throughout my week. If I go to an event, that's when I'll kind of, put my, more of a stylistic spin on my outfits, or try something new style
Mhm.
wise. But during the week when I'm just, working or running errands, I want as to be as basic as possible. But that's also where accessories come in. So I might wear a trench
I
coat.
was like, you're saying basic. Meanwhile, the whole top is giving glam. So I don't know.
But that's when accessories come in. So it's like, playing with like earrings. So like there's pink in this earring, my hat, all my jewelry. And so I think that's when accessorizing really comes into play. Because it can really take like a basic outfit and really turn it into something totally different. So wear your outfits, y'all. Wear them over and over and over again, because why not? And don't listen to these people on the internet who don't know you.
That's a word. That's a word. So we are going to transition over to politically speaking, since we are
Mm-hmm.
on the conversation of just posting our things on social media,
Mm-hmm.
what the naysayers may say in the comments, whether that's repeating our outfit or whether it's a
Mm-hmm.
typical t-shirt or a controversial thing that a brand did. When we are thinking news and what's in the news right now, what
Mm-hmm.
is your attention?
It can be anything.
Yeah, it could be anything.
Um, I think what has my attention right now is the topic of like style and identity. I feel like just looking on social media, we live in a very like regurgitated society.
Mm-hmm.
So we're seeing a lot of the same things over and over again. We're being sold so many things over and over again. Like, oh, you need to have this trend show. You need to buy these jeans. Like, here's the link for this. And I mean, I love the people who link stuff. I mean, thank y'all. Y'all are doing the Lord's work. But I think like it just feeds into this idea of like we're constantly like this capitalistic society that we're constantly being sold something. So I feel like when it comes to people trying to create their style and like understanding who they are, I don't think you can truly understand style without understanding who you are on a deeper level and really accepting that, because I feel like we're just taught, especially on social media, like this is how you're supposed to be successful, this is what you're supposed to do, this is what makes you cool. If you don't do this, then you're out, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it makes people, kind of afraid to be themselves and who they are. And so once they see what's hot, oh, this is what everybody's wearing for spring summer 25, or spring or fall winter 2025, um chocolate brown is in, leather is in. um I will say not every trend is bad. There are some trends that are cool. Like one that I think is really cool was the what is it called, like the pageant sashes and like the bows.
Oh yeah.
Those have been more so on the runway. I think that's pretty cool. But as far as like just those they're more so like micro trends that you see that kind of come and go. I think that kind of leads to a lot of confusion style
Mm-hmm.
wise and identity wise. And it like keeps people following trends and spending more money and, leaving them kind of lost and confused. So I feel like understanding people need to understand who they are on a deeper level in order to understand who they are, like style wise. And so I feel like getting off social media is important, finding inspiration, whether
Yeah.
it's from books, movies, in real life.
Yeah.
Honestly, what do you like when you go to the store? But even the stores now kind of regurgitate
The
what's
stores can be weird, hit or miss. But like you said, when
right.
you're going out, when you're going to events or to the bar or anywhere, to the mall, like what are some looks where you're like, now that is cute. I really like how they put that look
Yeah.
together. And taking those different elements that you're getting
Mhm.
from the influences around you to create your own identity and then style. So I love that.
Yeah. Or even like a person, or just saying, "Hey, like I loved how you put this together," and just like kind of taking notes for yourself. One a piece of advice I give people is to like go on Pinterest and kind of start going through fashion inspiration, and just at this point just put it all into one board. Don't try and like organize it, just put it all together. Once you feel like you've gotten to a stopping point, go back and take note of what you keep on seeing. Is it like prints and patterns? Is it structures? Is it, you know, basics? Is it a lot of sneakers, a lot of streetwear? Is it a lot of like skirts? Take note of that and then slowly start incorporating that into your style. And
Mm-hmm.
then kind of just start playing with it from there. I mean, Pinterest is still social media, but it's a good way to
But
kind
it's
of,
I'm like, but it's different.
it's different. It's chill. Like it's real chill over
Like
there.
everybody is
So
minding their own business and in their own niche in Pinterest world.
exactly.
So
Exactly. So I think that's a good way for people to kind of play around with their personal style, see what the similarities are, see what's different, go into stores, feel for fabrics, kind of start understanding different textures, what's, polyester versus cotton versus nylon versus spandex. Like, what does that feel like? What do I like on my body? And just being really intentional. Um, but yeah, so those are my thoughts on like style.
You gonna have
And
me in
I,
the store like, hold on,
yeah,
let me just
you
see something.
should. You should be like, I was like, this feels pretty good. Let me try this on. Or actually, this feels kind of cheap. Or I don't know, I don't like the way this looks. So yeah, like just being more intentional about the things that we purchase and the things that we wear, because it's your money.
I'm like, and that in itself is very political, because these are the things that we are investing in. It's what we're spending
Mm-hmm.
our money on. We've kind of talked about how you are very intentional about the things that
Mm-hmm.
you buy and choose to buy.
Yeah.
How do you think that fashion is political, or how are you political with your fashion? I mean, just being a Black woman in the South who has style and is fly, like that's a political statement in itself. But tell me
Yeah.
a little bit about how you use fashion, to be political.
I honestly, I think back to when, like, you think about the period of enslavement and how pretty much Black people were stripped of their identity and who we were meant to be. And that just shows how powerful like identity truly is. And then you fast forward to, I don't know if you're familiar with like Black dandyism, but you can think about
Yes,
people
I'm
like,
like, that's going to be the
yeah,
Met Gala theme this year. And I
yes,
literally cannot, we're going to have to do a living room moment for this. Like,
yeah.
yes.
So, like, fun fact, I made content on TikTok before the Met Gala announced their thing. So I'm not saying like I'm ahead of the curve, but I was
But
ahead of the
she's
curve.
ahead of the curve.
But she's ahead of the curve. But look at Black dandies. So dandies were pretty much men who, it was like a preppy style in Europe, and so what Black people did was they adopted that. But of course, like we always do, we added our own flavor to it. So it was taking these like European standards and pretty much making it very Black in a sense. And that kind of made people, especially over here in America, like, like, what are y'all doing? Do y'all think you're better than us? It's like, no, but you don't get to tell me who I am. I get to tell you who I am. And so that shows that fashion is such a powerful tool, because it shows that only certain ways of dressing were allowed for certain people. Like it was only available to certain groups of people. Certain brands, certain designers were only available for certain groups of people. So if you dress that way, it's like, oh, you're trying to be like us. No, I'm trying to make it better. Truly. So I think in that way, I think fashion has always been political, because you have to think about back in the 1800s, like who had access to good clothes. It was the kings and the queens. But then the common folks, they had to make their own clothes, usually out of like rags or scraps or
Yeah.
whatever was like around at the time. So fashion was always meant to be for the rich. Like it was never meant to be for everybody. But I think now good style and fashion is more accessible. um and it also makes me think of with Christian Dior, when he made his first collection, which was a new look collection. It was during, I think, World War. I don't know American history like, well, I do, but not like that. It was during World War I, I believe, and there was actually like I wouldn't say a ban, but it was a restriction on textiles during that time, because they couldn't be used for anything other than the military. So
Mm-hmm.
somehow Christian Dior was able to get his hands on this different textiles and was able to use that to build his first collection, which was a new look, which was in the, I want to say like the late 30s, early 40s. But to
Yeah.
do that during that time was like
I'm like, I think
crazy.
that was World War I. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but to do that at that time was crazy, and that is inherently political, because you're not supposed to be using this. This is supposed to be for the military only. So to kind of like go against the grain, be a risk taker,
Mm-hmm.
and to take that jump, that is inherently political within itself.
Absolutely. I love to think about just throughout history how especially Black people have used, fashion and style as a way to express themselves creatively. um,
Mhm.
when we think about quilt making, I know that that is a
Mhm.
huge tradition, but we're just talking about piecing the different, textiles and cloths together
Mhm.
to sometimes they'll be used as maps. Sometimes they're used to tell the story of our families. But like that again is super political, and is something
Yeah.
I think those are traditions that we have to keep alive, and that thankful for historians like you that are giving us that history in real time.
Mm-hmm.
You're giving us pictures and images, and Kyah, love the work that you do. Let the people know
Thank
where they can
you.
find you on TikTok, where you are sharing fashion history.
Yes, and you can find me on TikTok and Instagram. It's at the Kyah Lanai, so TheKlanai.
Okay. Okay. So now let's get into radical reads. You already have me
Mm-hmm.
take notes on all the good books that you're reading. What are you reading right now? Whether that's blogs or books or even things that you're seeing on TV. I love TV. I also
Mm.
love books, but right now TV has been an escape for me. So I wanted to include that in
Yes.
reads.
Right now, I'm watching Outer Banks on Netflix. It has me in a chokehold. I'm on season 2. Nobody tell me any spoilers because I'm still working through it. What else? I love Abbott Elementary. Love Miss Quinta
It's
Brunson
so
down.
good.
It's so I literally cry laughing like every episode. Like it is chef's it's replacing Insecure because I still have that void of Insecure. Rest in peace,
Rest in
Insecure.
peace, Insecure, for sure.
But it feels that void. As far as
Yes.
books, I have my Goodreads.
Okay.
Um I'm actually reading a book for my book club. I haven't started yet. Don't let them hear that because our meeting is on the 15th, so I need to hurry up.
So you're gonna
But
have to
it's
read a
called
little something.
Right. So it's Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. And pretty much it's a about two friends that fall in love, basically.
Oh,
So I'm excited to read it because I love a romance. I love a black romance. Um I'm also reading All About Love by Bell Hooks. Such a
same,
classic.
same. I'm also it's on my little reading app too. I'm
Mm-hmm.
also reading it.
It be tearing me up. I'm like, goodness
Girl, I be having to take
gracious.
a break. Like, you know what? Sorry, Bill. This is a little bit. You're. This is too intense for me.
Right. This is a little too reflective for me. I'm not trying to do that right now. So I'm gonna come back. But yeah, it's more like a slow read. Like I read it and I'm like,
Same.
okay, read it and then okay. But I do have some great recommendations for y'all. Let me
Give
see.
them to us. Give them to us.
Um, where is it? Oh, A Love Song for Ricky Wilde by Tia Williams.
Hmm.
First of all, I love Tia Williams down. She is, if you've read 7 Days in June, same author. So good. But it's pretty much it's based like well, it starts off in Atlanta. It's about this girl from Atlanta, Ricky. Her family owns like a funeral home in Atlanta, and but she wants to open up a flower shop. And they're like, "Well, why do you want to do that?" And she just feels like outcasted by her family, so she moves to New York because she met like a random old lady who lived in New York and invited her to come and open her flower shop in her like estate in Harlem. And so it's
Girl,
like yes, and so it's kind of like set like what is it? I'm trying to think of the word, but it's like it's present, like it's pretty much like present day, but it's like set up against the Harlem Renaissance time period, pretty much. So it's like you're going back and forth between like the Harlem Renaissance and like present day, where Ricky's working on her flower shop and she meets a mysterious man, and yeah, it's so good.
I'm invested. I'm like, what was the name one more time? Let me go ahead and actually type this in real time.
Yes, A Love Song for Ricky Wilde,
Oh,
Ricki Wild, Wild with an E.
yeah. Bet. Thank you.
So so good. Also, what is it? Before I Let Go and This Could Be Us by Kennedy Ryan. So good. Another black romance. I love black love. I'm sorry. But pretty much it's about they're all kind of like it's going to be a trilogy. The third book comes out in May. But the
Mm.
first one is Before I Let Go. It's about this lady and her husband. They get divorced and pretty much kind of like how they navigate like their lives as divorced families, and they own a restaurant together, kind of like how they navigate their lives with each other. I can't say any more because it'll
You
give it
like, that's all
away.
I can give you.
That's all. What does the synopsis say? Oh, it says love was supposed to last forever, but life delivered blow after blow. Yasmin and Josiah found that love couldn't solve or save everything. It couldn't save their marriage. She couldn't. Yasmin wasn't prepared for how her life fell apart, but she's trying to find joy again. Her and her husband have found a new rhythm in co-parenting, but they're running a thriving business together. Yet they're like magnets. They're always drawn back to each other.
Interesting.
Yes, it was really good.
Ooh.
I was crying. I was like, this is so
See, that's what I'm saying.
beautiful.
I was just about to say one thing about me though. I'm a crier and I get invested. So I was like,
Yes.
that feels like I'm gonna cry.
That's what I struggle with books, is because I get so attached to the characters.
I get attached and I hate to see them end.
And I'm like, when it ends, I'm like, no. And then I have to like mourn the
You
loss.
literally do. It's like I can't read something for a while because
Yes.
whoa.
I'm too attached. Another good one is, it's not black, but still good. It's called None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell. And it's pretty much a psychological thriller about this lady. Her name is Alex. She has a true crime podcast, and she meets another lady named Josie. They share the same birthday. And so Alex does a podcast about Josie, but then it uncovers like her life and her like traumas, and becomes to find out that she is harboring a deep secret with deep secrets. And I'm trying not to give too much away, but they find out that there's something wrong with Josie. And yeah, that's all I can say. That is all I can say. Yeah, it's pretty
I
crazy.
want to know the spoiler, but I'm not gonna ruin it for y'all.
No, well, I'll tell you. So pretty much, she kidnaps her Alex's husband, and she also killed her husband while he was having a heart attack, and then also tried to kill her own child. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. It gives very much like white people shit. Like, it's
Girl,
given.
because
But it was
like,
good.
how you kill your husband while he having a heart attack?
Literally, it said like he had clutched his chest and was
See,
like
there
this,
go
and
those
then
descriptive words. I knew exactly heart
it
attack.
was like he grabbed his chest, and then she struck him over the head. And I was like, so he was having a heart attack and you killed him.
And the first thing that you thought to do was, I know exactly what I'm gonna do. Bop.
Right. Done. And then you hog tie your child, put her, she was like 18, but she had like she was special needs, and so she hog tied her, put her in a cabinet, and the only way that her daughter, and she was there for like at least like a week and a half, and the only way she survived was sucking liquids from an old mop.
Girl,
I was like, this is sick.
I was just about to say that is sick.
But I was kind of eating it up though. I was like,
I was about
wow.
to say, you see, I'm sitting here like
I was like, this is good.
That is some drama.
So yeah, those are my book recommendations. I'm trying to see, what do I have over here. I have How to Build a Fashion Icon by La Roach. I went to his book signing in Atlanta, so that's definitely on my to be read. Love him down.
Yes.
What else do I have? I'm trying to look. I think that's everything. Yeah, How to Build a Fashion Icon, and finishing up that tomorrow book before book club, so I can stay on top of my game.
And tell us one more time the name of the book club so people can join.
It is at Let Me Not Lie. Go out here Instagram. Her name is Moya. She's amazing. Moya, if you see this, hey girl. It's Moya's Book Club, MOYAS Book Club, so BOOKCLUB, and this is what it looks like.
Okay.
We meet monthly. We're not meeting this month, or we're not doing the book this month because it's the holidays. So I think our next meeting might be like February, end of January. But yeah, if you want to join, I think that there's in like not an application, but I think you just have to like sign a Google form, and then you come to the meeting. So if you're in the Atlanta area, definitely come. It's a great time.
Yes, I love that. Okay, before we wrap this up, and first of all, I'm so excited. We definitely got to link up. So
Very soon.
I'm gonna be
Immediately.
texting you about that because yes,
Yes.
immediately. Where can people follow you? Where can they read your work? Where can they support you and pour love on you? Go ahead and give
Yes.
your whole social everything that they can follow.
Yes. You can follow me on, what do I have? TikTok,
Mm-hmm.
Instagram at the Kyah Lanai, like I said earlier, but I'm also on Substack, which is the Invisible Black Girl. You can read some of my latest works. Oh,
Sorry,
um,
I'm trying to make
oh,
you
there
be the whole screen.
I know you're you're good. And then for my Substack, it's the Invisible Black Girl. You can read some of my latest works. I do have a new post coming out, hopefully within the next week or so, and I try to post bi-monthly, so about 2 times a month. And you can connect with me on there. You can connect with me on LinkedIn. You can. It's Kyah Harris, which is my full government name.
It's her government.
Yeah, that's my government name. But yeah, if y'all want, I would love to connect with y'all, meet y'all, talk about all things fashion, archiving, fashion history, whatever. I'm always down to connect with you guys.
Yes. Well, thank you, Kyah, for coming on to A Lot to
Yay!
Say. We definitely gonna have to do something like this in person too, just
Very
because. Yeah.
much.
And I want you to do. I don't know. I don't know. I want you to do something live with styling, whether it's me or somebody. I don't know.
That's a really
Right?
good.
I'm
I
like
think
that
that'll be
just came to
fun.
me, and I'm like, ooh.
That ate like I think we should make that happen like soon.
Okay, bet we'll do that and record it, and then I'm also gonna put a couple of clips of your fashion history videos on here. Set
Yeah.
that as a note to myself
Yes.
to remember to add those clips.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you, thank you, thank you. This
Of
was too much fun
course. This
talking
was it
about
went by
fashion.
too
But
fast.
right, I was like, dang, time ran.
I know I was looking, I was like 52 minutes. We just
Literally me,
started.
literally me. I was like, oh wow, okay, like we are timely.
We are like it went by way too fast.
It did. Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. Okay, boom. I'm gonna text you, and as I get this all edited and clipped up, I'm gonna send you clips and everything too.
Okay.
BeatStars.com.